I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday season and wore their ugly sweaters on their favorite holiday. Wait a minute. Hey everybody, welcome back. We have a few things to talk about for MetaZoo this week, but it is a light week with the holiday week behind us. First off, we had a huge channel milestone that was hit earlier this week. We finally hit 1,000 subscribers. So I'd like to say thank you to everybody that's here, everybody watching, and everybody that's been a part of this journey over the past year. And there's a number of people who influenced how I got here today. From John at Immortal Workshop to MJ and Deadly at Caster's Corner, Mike, Andy, the staff at MetaZoo. I really couldn't have hit this milestone without all of you and more from the community. So thank you to all of you. It's been a wonderful ride to get here, and later in the video, we're going to talk about a giveaway for the 1K milestone. Kicking us off this week for MetaZoo news, we got a few more teasers of Native. And this isn't teasers of just the art, this is the full card that was teased to us. The first was Utabe. Utabe is a beastie deity, can have 2 per spellbook, it costs 2 light, 2 water, 60 LP, comes in with fleet and has terra bonuses for daytime and raining. And the kicker here is the contract effect, which destroys all beastie tokens, sorry Dingbell or fearsome critters. If you're wearing an Utabe pendant, place all opposing beasties in the arena with an aura cost of 2 or less into their owner's chapter. Again, sorry, fearsome critters. And if a real rainbow is within eyesight, place all non-aura pages opposing caster's control into their chapters. For the attack, it's 30 damage, and the attack effect is all terra bonuses with lake, river, raining, or daytime gain plus 20 until the end of turn. So the attack effect just really makes the terra bonuses much more powerful for your beasties. And it's just a really powerful all-around card. I really love what they showed us with Utabe. Now the other interesting thing to note here is that we finally got a look at the set size. It's out of 174. Now, the last 3 releases, Wilderness, UFO, and Seance, have been out of 165. Technically speaking, you can think of Native being out of 165 as well, with the addition of 9 fusion auras on top of that. And for those that don't remember, fusion auras are the new dual aura types that are being released with Native, and they're all going to be Earth related. The second tease was for Tupelak, and this is a beastie demon, 4 per spellbook, costs 1 dark, and has 50 LP. It has terra bonuses for ocean and nighttime. And the contract effect here is really interesting. We haven't seen anything like this before, where you secretly write down the name of a beastie on a piece of paper and place it under this beastie. Its power is, if an opposing beastie with the same name you placed under the beastie damaged you last turn, destroy that beastie and this beastie. And this card is incredibly powerful when paired with Lightning in a Bottle, because you can play this, write down the name of a beastie that damaged you last turn, put it under the beastie, Lightning in a Bottle to awaken it, and then destroy both beasties with the power. Do you have a power-up Reddit opposing beastie that's just been wreaking havoc on you? Well, maybe you have a way to take care of it. And since this is a 1-drop, you could really splash this into any spellbook and gain that effect. And the attack here of Bloody Tail only does 20 damage, but it does an additional 20 to Water, Frost, Light, and Spirit. So the coverage there is actually quite nice when you consider all the different aura types. And the last beastie teased in the last week for Native is my mother. Seen here, we have Crow Mother, which is 2 per spellbook. It's a beastie spirit. It costs 3 spirit to contract and has an LP of 55. Crow Mother has Invisible and has terra bonuses for both nighttime and fog. Now, Crow Mother has an incredibly powerful arena effect. Spirit beasties you control can target beasties with Spirit, Invisible, or that are burrowed. Now again, this is a huge game changer and really makes Spirit even more powerful than what it became with Seance. With Crow Mother on the field, who herself cannot be attacked since she's invisible, all of your Spirit beasties can attack basically anything. The only other way for Spirit beasties to be attacked was if a special terra from Seance was in the field for Vile Fog. This takes that a step further and allows you and only you to attack Spirit beasties. For the attack on Crow Mother, Guide the Hue does 40 damage, and if a hummingbird figure is within eyesight, create an awakened Hue token, which is 30 LP Spirit beastie with flying and 10 damage attack. And since that token is a Spirit token, it can attack anything with Spirit, Invisible, or that's burrowed. So it adds even more to the arena effect of Crow Mother. I'm incredibly excited for the 3 cards that we've seen so far for Native and how they're going to be changing the types of spellbooks that I even want to play. With Tupelok and Crowmother, I'm actually considering going back to a single aura spellbook. I've been doing a lot of dual aura spellbooks with Seance, but those cards really benefit from being part of a single aura spellbook themselves. We're just over 4 months away from native, so we're going to be seeing a lot more spoilers as the weeks go on, so I expect that we'll be talking a lot more about the cards in the coming weeks. Mike showed us his copy of Fearsome Critter of the Lumberwoods, and Mike has an original signed copy of the book. This book came out in the early 1900s, and when he showed that, he had asked chat what books that they have on cryptids, and there was a surprising amount of support of people having a bunch of different cryptid books that they were really proud to be owning, so it was really nice to see the community talking about cryptids beyond MetaZoo. We also got hints that HiroQuest 2.0 will be shipping soon. Usually this means that within the next couple weeks, we can expect to see things starting to ship to us. When it first dropped, it was expected to be a December/January release. So I expect that within the next 4 weeks, we'll start seeing shipping notifications for HiroQuest 2.0. And I'm actually surprised that we're getting native spoilers and not HiroQuest spoilers with how close HiroQuest 2.0 is. And we do know of a few like Wakinian, Choo-Choo, and Alaskan Ice Monster, but I'd be curious to see more of what's in HiroQuest 2.0, especially some of the cards that are specific to the set. It was also confirmed that big box stores will be getting Seance and native blister packs. Both blister packs will contain 3 packs of cards and a promo. It was not confirmed what big box stores will have these blisters. They were very similarly designed to the ones that were in Target, so I do imagine Target will have them. But the question is, will Walmart also have the same blisters? Or will Walmart continue to have the blind boxes as they are today in the cardboard hangers? Hang tight for further updates on that. And before we get to the top story, we need to resolve last week's trivia. To remind everybody of the question, you're controlling a Sentry Box Devil, the one with Immortal. Your opponent is controlling a Saint Germain. At the beginning of combat, both beasties are at full health. After combat resolves, what is the LP of Saint Germain? And I would like to remind everybody that these questions are designed to be what you might experience against an opponent, or as an MZO, the types of questions that you might need to answer. With the way I phrased the question, a lot of people did get it right, but I believe only one person actually gave the answer that I was expecting. And that answer is that, well, Saint Germain is not a valid target. Sentry Box Devil can't attack Saint Germain because Saint Germain is flying. But with the way that I phrased the question around asking the LP of Saint Germain after combat, the answer is 100, which is what a lot of people answered, so I am going to honor that, and everybody here is on the spin wheel. So let's give that a spin and figure out who wins this week's $15 gift card to Immortal Workshop. And the winner is Paul Ontiveros. And for this week's question, we're going to do something that we haven't done in a long time. We actually have a guest that's going to talk about the question. So here to introduce this week's question is MetaVersity TCG's Tuffy Maggio.
Hey everybody! Tuffy Maggio here from MetaVersityTCG.com with your weekly trivia question. This one is a bit tricky, so make sure you read your cards very carefully. Now you have 10 life points and your opponent has 1,000 life points. Your opponent also has 4 Quetzalcoatlus in play, no pages in hand, and all their aura and beasties are fatigued. Now you have Cryptid Nation Walking Sam in the arena, and you just bookmarked Black Helicopter for your turn, and you have Lightning in a Bottle in your chapter as well. You have 2 Prism Aura, 2 Cosmic Aura, 2 Dark Aura, and 1 Spirit Aura available. Now the question is, how do you win? Be sure to visit MetaVersityTCG.com for articles, videos, weekly tournaments, and more. Thank you, Cryptid Nation News, for letting us do the trivia question of the week. Now back to you, One-Eyed Crow.
Thank you, Tuffy. Answer that question correctly, and you'll be in the running for next week's $15 gift card to Immortal Workshop. I'd also like to remind everybody that MetaVersity TCG is hosting a tabletop simulator tournament on January 1st. The details to sign up for that can be found at MetaVersityTCG.com, or in the description below, there's a link to easily find that information. And the top prizing for that is going to be free MetaZoo for a year, which is going to be based on the core sets for the next year. You'll get one of every SKU, on top of other prizes as well. And the sponsors for the tournament on the 1st include our very own Immortal Workshop, Smoke Squad Collective, Southern Heat Collectibles, Dr. Cards, Metakai, TCG Island, and Caster Society. MetaVersity TCG will also be hosting many events throughout the year. They've released a schedule for the events there, and that'll be a combination of 1 and 2 day events that will be used to qualify for invitationals that'll be hosted throughout the year. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, we are going to do a giveaway to celebrate the 1,000 subscriber milestone, and that's actually going to include 3 different winners. The first place winner is going to walk away with a $100 gift card to Immortal Workshop and a Wilderness Revive Pink Mess redeemable. Second place is going to walk away with a $50 gift card to Immortal Workshop and a Sentry Box Devil LGS promo. And third place is going to walk away with a $25 gift card to Immortal Workshop. So how do you enter? Well, you go to the Casters Corner Discord. The link for that is in the description below. And there's a giveaways channel. In the giveaways channel, you will see a message for this giveaway. You just click on the celebration emoji there and you're entered. And we'll do the drawing for that on January 2nd. So again, thank you for being here. Thank you for being on this journey with me, and good luck in the giveaway. Now for the top story, I wanted to talk about the MetaZoo Dim Mak rugs. The rugs dropped back in July, and they didn't really sell too well in the grand scheme of MetaZoo releases, and that was partly due to the cost of the rugs. It was $150, and you could choose between Hodag, Jersey Devil, Pyasa Bird, Mothman, and Loveland Frogman. Now, the interesting thing with the rugs is that they were print to order. They weren't already printed and ready to be shipped. So the supply that we're getting shipped to us now is related to the demand then. And again, because the cost was high and they were rugs, some people didn't see the value and they didn't really jump on it. Only 2 of the rugs, or 2 of the promos associated with them, have a print run of more than 100. And that's Loveland Frogman at a print run of 125, and Mothman at a print run of 200. For the other 3 promos in rugs, we're looking at 50 for Pyasa Bird, 50 for Jersey Devil, and only 40 for Hodag. And it's really interesting to me because what you have here is because Hodag, Jersey Devil, and Pyasa Bird were less desirable rugs, they've become more desirable promos in the release because there's so much less of them. And this isn't uncommon for collectibles. If you look at Funko sets, what you typically see is after many years, 5-10 years, you look back at an old Funko set, and the Funkos that were unpopular are the ones that are worth the most because people didn't buy them. There's less of them out in the wild, so the people that want to complete their set or that are missing them need to pay a premium to get them. And to put that into further perspective, Loveland Frogman and Mothman, these are not the most rare Loveland Frogman and Mothman. When you look at the sample cards, there was 100 of each of those printed. And technically speaking, Mothman has the rarest card in existence that we know of right now, which is a 1 of 1. That was given away as part of a whole NFT thing last year. But for Hodag, Jersey Devil, and Pyasa Bird, these 3 cards are the rarest of those beasties. That is at least until Jersey Devil's Genesis card is redeemable and people start receiving that in hand. That's out of 25. But the rug promos would still leave Hodag and Pyasa Bird as the rarest for their respective beasties after that releases. So if you're a collector out there and you're trying to get stuff on the drop, that's definitely something to consider. How popular is that beastie? How likely are a bunch of them to sell? But then again, by offering that advice, people buying more, the supply is going to be higher and the demand for the less desirable beasties is not going to be there. So it's a catch-22. But hindsight is 2020, and I actually consider the rug release to be the most interesting release of the year because of this. Also, the rugs are gorgeous, and I can't wait to hang them on my wall as sound dampeners and wall art. And I'm pretty stoked about my Mothman promo because I was lucky enough to pull number 3 of 200 for that one. I'm still waiting on Pyasa Bird, which should be here on Tuesday, and I can't wait to find out what I get for that one. Well, that's all I had to cover for this week. There wasn't really a lot going on with the holiday week. I don't expect the next week to have a lot going on as well. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.